Okay, we're back. Now I cut that out pretty far, and what we're going to do is we're going to separate these two. You can see that this one's going to go in this direction, and that one's going to go in the same direction but the opposite way. So what we need to do is cut this portion out here and this portion here, and the same thing over here. We're going to cut out this little portion here and this portion here to separate the two. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go down here like this and cut it and take that out. Now that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, I will tell you that right on the onset, because kind of hard to get a knife in there. So just do a little bit at a time to separate it. Alright, just like so. I'm going to go in a little further. We're going to chop it up from the bottom. We can just pop that out. Make that deep enough. Yeah, there we go. Okay, but you don't want to go too far. Okay, so there's the one candy cane. Let's see if we can get the top on this portion out. Be very, very careful doing this, folks. It can snap on you when you least expect it to. So we're just going to cut that out. I'm going to put this on the table and push it down a little bit further. Alright, so technically here's our candy cane to go over in that direction. So we're going to go a little bit further here on the underside, and I'm going to take the knife and, okay, I think we got it. Just like so. Okay, right to the middle. Same thing here. You're going to go right to the middle, but because this goes at an angle, we're going to have to push it in. So let's leave that there and just cut that portion out, just like so. You want to be very careful when you do this, folks, because you can really snap things off very, very, very quickly. Just take your time. Okay, so that's one side. We're going to turn it over. Alright, and we're going to take this little corner off, because that corner is going to come off, because that's going to go at an angle anyhow, which is perfectly fine. See, we've got our angles at the top. So you've really got to look at the side and, you know, the side and the other and the top while you're doing this. See where you can cut it from and where you can't. You're using the tip of the knife, and hopefully you're matching it in the corners there underneath, because I really am doing it more by feel than by really knowing that I can cut that out. Let me take that little piece out of there. Okay, so we're going to go back a little further. Okay, just like so. Now that's this part. So we're going to keep going here a little bit. Now, I'm having a hard time seeing this because I don't have it close enough to my face to take a look at it. Okay? We're going to keep doing this until I get that to a point where I'm happy with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a long pointy knife. I can reach it in there. Perfect. See? That helps to have a detailed knife. Okay? So, alright, and then we're going to do the top here as well. Now, remember, we're going to do this at an angle. So we're going to put this on the table. I'm going to put a little pressure on this to separate the two, and then we're going to go in like so. Now you can still have it straight across, but I thought it might be more interesting to see it at an angle. It's a little more of a challenge than I thought it was going to be, simply because of how small this. Well, I kind of thought of that when I first cut it, and I thought, well, this will be a good project to do for people, for new people. You know, how to separate things And when you have a good profile on something, folks, you'll be able to, it's really important that you have a really good profile of a product or a project that you're doing. If you don't, it makes it much, much tougher. Now see, we almost have that separated. Okay, and we're going to separate that here shortly, but I need to cut a little more off over here. So let's see where the center is. The center is about there, and we're almost there to separate the two. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit more on the opposite side here. Okay, and I'm going to do a little bit more over here, and that should separate it. Okay. Now see, we're going to remove this. We're going to try to match this up a little bit more, so we're going to cut this over. Okay, we're going to cut this out because that's at an angle here. Alright, go a little further this way. We're going to keep trimming this, and I want you to do the same thing offline. Get this to look like this. And I don't think we really need to separate the two, but it will definitely look apart because this will all come out down here. So go ahead and trim that up to the same size on both of them. We'll be back.